In a quarter mile, turn right onto Jeff Buckwa Boulevard. Turn right onto Jeff Buckwa Boulevard.
Can't believe it. YouTube doesn't allow you to record sideways no more. They only want it one way.
In 0.4 miles, keep left onto Jeff Buckwa Boulevard.
YouTube will not let you record sideways no more. Son of a gun.
Keep left onto Jeff Buckwa Boulevard. Continue on current road for about 1 mile.
What's up with YouTube? Yes, it's just me today. Sorry for the side angle, but that's how YouTube...
In a half mile, keep left onto State Route 417 toll.
does it now. They don't want you to do sideways.
In a quarter mile, keep left onto State Route 417 toll.
They want you to do vertical recording on live. Ain't that something?
Keep left onto State Route 417 toll and then keep right.
Woo.
In 0.8 miles, keep right onto Disney World.
Hello, Kelly. What a beautiful hot day today. The crazy thing is they have it this way. Why?
Keep right onto
I'm heading
Disney
home.
World.
I am heading home from Orlando. I had to do some things out here. Edie's at the house relaxing. Hello, Josh. This is 417.
In 1.5 miles, keep left onto State Route 417 toll, south.
This is 417 by the Orlando airport. I had some things to do out here, and now I'm taking it back to Lakeland. And sorry for the vertical view. It's about 100. Wow. I mean, my car is showing 98. But let me see here. But it says it's supposed to be 93, but my car is showing 98. But yes, it's been one hot freaking summer. Ooh, 100 in Florida. Where are you from, Josh? I mean, it's hot everywhere. That's the crazy thing. It's friggin' hot everywhere to do anything. And the older you get, I don't think the heat is that friendly. But there's people out there. I mean, there's people out there at Disney Park and everywhere. I don't know how they do it. I know when I first came to Florida, I about died, and then working outside, your blood gets so thin, it doesn't bother you as much, but having been working outside in almost 4 years, always been in the air condition, your blood changes, and it's like I feel like I'm back to zero. Like literally. And when I moved down here, I didn't have no car with an air conditioner or nothing. This is the kind of weather that you start sweating. I mean, just stepping out of the car, it's murderous. But no, YouTube does not want you to shoot sideways videos no more. They want you to shoot vertical, not horizontal lives. I guess it's taking too much of their gigabytes. I mean, if you're watching from a phone, it looks okay. But if you're watching from a laptop, like who wants to watch sideways live or any video that's taken long ways? Hopefully they'll change that problem or policy or whatever. But how are you guys doing out there? I remember when I first moved to Florida, this was just all woods. And when they built this highway in I want to say between maybe 95, 96, they used to do news stories out here. And people used to, I mean, they would literally stand in the middle of this highway when it first opened up for months at a time, and the news guy would do the story from the middle of the highway because nobody would use it because it was a toll parkway, and it was cheap back then. But back then, you know, in the 90 something, and now look at it, they're extending traffic. They've built on both sides of the highway, either apartment subdivision or buildings, businesses. To the left, that ramp is new. I know they're trying to get some kind of train down this way because this takes you to Port Canaveral. Just got back from a family vacation. Unfortunately, my sister-in-law passed while we were on vacation. Oh, wow. Sorry for your loss. Yeah, a lot of people over the weekend, a lot of movie stars, a lot of people passed away this weekend. Richard Simmons. I remember Richard Simmons when I was a kid, and that girl from 90210, and then the girl from The Shining. And there was another person that died. I think he was a Beverly Blues Cops or Chicago Blues Cops, but definitely a lot of people passing away. Sorry for your loss there. I remember growing up as a kid, we used to go to funerals like monthly. It was almost like a regular thing. On my father's side of the family, people passing away young, old. And then it was like a dry spell. You go a lot of years and no one passing away, then all of a sudden it's like I was so used to people passing away, really different kind of thinking back then. But now it's like it's been such a long time since anyone's passed away that I've known or is close. Oh, your sister-in-law's mother. Oh, wow. But yeah. Those things like that, they definitely get you thinking. I think that's why I like to do cemetery videos. So if the sister-in-law's mother, so that would be your mother-in-law. A lot of construction out here. But yeah, when someone passes away, boy, it sure makes you think a lot. I guess it's so hot. I guess that's why they say hell is on earth, because it is hot. And it's supposed to rain later. And the crazy thing is that BB did a live with the butterflies, and it did record sideways, but it will not let me record sideways. But definitely sorry about your sister-in-law's mother. Thank you. It's been a tough year. My sister-in-law lost her stepfather about 6. Wow. Yeah, like I said, when I was young, like in my 12 years old, I want to say from 12 to 15, we had, like I said, we had a lot of deaths. Just back to back to back. And I mean, I got so used to it, but then again, like I said, now it's like no one hasn't passed in a long time. Not friends, family, nobody, and it's like it gets tough. It sure gets tough out there. Especially when you just seen the person. Just, that was like Richard Simmons. Like, you know, they said he died after his birthday. He made this video on Instagram or something, or X. Same thing with Shannon Doherty. She made a video the day before she died, and but I always say the main thing is, like, you know, no more dashing. No, we stopped about a year ago, I want to say. I mean, dashing has become a joke. It's hot outside. There's an overflow of dashers. No matter what we did, we were at, matter of fact, we retired from dashing. We were at 100% deliveries, 100% everything. We were at 100% of everything. We put ourselves to 100% abroad, going all the way down, and we still got junky orders. So, like, dashing, will drive you crazy. It's, I mean, don't get me wrong, you know, I liked it, but there was really in our market no money in the area. I mean, I don't, you know, I don't know. We tried everything. We tried everything in the book, and like I said, when we had everything, our AR, everything, 100%. I mean, 100% of everything, and you're still getting these junky orders, and still waiting on orders. Like, what more do you want? That's like an employee coming in, making minimum wage, and a guy that's lazy as hell, and he's making $20, you know, $30, $50 an hour to do the same job, and you're doing the same job for $10, and you're like, and you're going above and beyond that person, because you know you are going above and beyond, because again, 100% AR rate, everything was 100% we had, and you're still getting $3 orders for 10, 12 miles. That, I mean, like I said, that's like someone making $20 an hour at your job, and they take 30 smoke breaks in the bathroom. They might work 4 hours out of 8, and you're going above and doing their job, and you're still making chump change. I mean, something's got to give. So I stopped doing DoorDash, but I've been doing Instacart just to have my groceries delivered to my house, since I can't go actually and get them yourself. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, they're good for people, but it was like, you know, there's, I don't know, like, you know, I mean, people still do it, and then, like I said, you're working more hours. You're literally working more hours than if you did a regular 40-hour week job. For what? Just because you could be your own boss? I don't know, you know. It's not worth it to me. Almost every job I've had, I was a supervisor, but I worked my way up to it, and I felt good, you know, working my way up to it. But I mean, that's like going to McDonald's. If you just want to go to McDonald's, work at McDonald's just to flip burgers and not learn how to do the cashier, then that's all you'll be, is a burger flipper or a cashier person. But, you know, if you want to learn to register, you know, you go work at these places like that, the fast foods, you can definitely get management. It might take a while, but if you just flipping burgers and think I'm going to be management just flipping burgers, you're crazy. Like, you got to learn the register. You got to learn how the managers close, you know, shut the end of the day. You got to know the computer system. With DoorDash, you could buy all the bags you want. You could be at 100% AR rating, and you still get $3 orders for 10 miles. You know, it's like there's no promotion in that. And I get it. A lot of people nowadays, they can't connect with the new generation that's working because they're so sensitive, or whatever's going on out there. It's like a different gap. Like, if I went back to work, I don't think I can be happy working, because it's such a big gap between me and the newest generation. I mean, I'd probably be getting fired because I said something wrong, or I got a kid that's younger than me and he thinks he's gonna boss me around not the right way. But I mean, believe it or not, the people that are making money, if you're into delivery, I mean, it's the pizza people. They're making money. They are literally making money. And I really don't care about politics and stuff, but if supposedly, you know, if we have a new president and he says he's not going to tax the tips, I'm telling you, the pizza, Chinese food, those people that are delivering from the store, they're making more money than Door Dashers. My friend Dave tells me all the time, he's killing it. He is killing it in delivering pizzas. But like I said, DoorDash is driving people mentally crazy, and then you got to worry about someone saying you didn't deliver their food when you did. I mean, that's like working in a store and someone complains, you know, makes a phone call and complains about you. I'll take my chances working at Publix, checking out customers, or working in an auto parts store. I'll take my chances with customers like that complaining about me than I would with DoorDash, because at least you know, when you build up a good reputation with your coworkers and with your supervisor, they already know what type of person you are. With DoorDash, they don't care what type of person you are. They're going to take the customers, But delivery is never going to stop. Yeah, I don't know what went through there, but obviously someone wrote something. Let me see. Okay, we'll show that. Come on. I swear I hate technology. It says another moderator handled this. Well, thank you, other moderator. I don't know who my other moderator is. But yes, it sucks to work 40 hours a week, bust your butt, then management change. Yeah, and that's the other thing, That's the other thing, it's definitely different out there. It's not the same back in the days. And hell, back in the days could have been, in 2000, 2015. You could say back in the days. That's when I was working, I worked in the auto parts store. I mean, I've had some complaints on me, but if it was my fault, I knew it was my fault. If it wasn't my fault, well, but nowadays, like I said, it's just too much going on. The generational gap it's not like it used to be. And a lot of supervisors nowadays, they let it get to their head, and then you got to worry about that. Now you got a supervisor that thinks they're untouchable, and I mean, the company's good, but then you got this one bad apple. No matter what you say, you can't get rid of them. I mean, that's why personally, unions is good, because that's where unions come and help you out. I'm not a union person. I've been in unions. Unions have saved me from when I was in the military and people were trying to fire me because I was in the military and I had to go places, and they were like, oh, you got to use your vacation, or you can't go, or blah, blah, blah. Well, I had the unions fight for me and win for me. Yeah, you got to pay your union dues, and they're not $50 like they used to be. I think it was like $50 a week, or $50 a week, I think it was. But that's why you need unions. And then you hire people just because. I mean, I understand you need bodies, but if they're not working out, people scared to fire people. But they sure as shit fire you. And then when you expect to go home, like, hey, I'm working from 8 to 5, then it's like, oh, this one's not showing up, so you got to stay late. Like, that's not my problem. That's the other thing too. The people that don't show up, they don't get penalized. It's more like, if you don't care about your job, it's just like in life. If you're a person that doesn't care about paying your bills, about working hard, it doesn't affect people like that. But the people it affects is the people that do care. They do care to be on time. They do care to pay their bills. It's the people that care suffer more than the people that don't care. And when you have certain standards, I'm not saying you have to be rich or pinkies up, but if you personally, you could be a poor person, but you still have certain standards. And it's hard when you're going into a place that half the crew doesn't care. They're not up to your standards. But I used to hate that too in the pizza thing. A lot of jobs, they give you start times, but they don't give you what time you go home. Because like you said, Kelly, someone calls out, you're stuck there. You're working for them, and you don't even get not even an attaboy. It's like, all right, you got to stay. And what happens to the other person? Nothing. I mean, it's crazy. They schedule people to call up, then they call you on your day off, then they get upset at you because you don't want to come in and cover. Yep, I've been through all of that. I've been through all. I want to say, like, I've always had 2 jobs, 3 jobs top at once. But I've always had 2 jobs, like my whole life, from the time I was 18 years old on up, because I wanted, make money. I worked like my whole life, and all those things that you said is so true. It is so true. I used to say yes all the time. Can you stay late? Yes. Hey, can you come in? Yes. Hey, can you do that? Oh my gosh. And then one day, like when I delivered pizza, I did not want to be a supervisor. That's why I started delivering pizza, because I was done. I had got laid off. I was done being supervisors, done of the responsibilities. So I wanted to do a job. Deliver pizza. There's no responsibility. But then they still, hey, can you come in? Hey, this person called out. Hey, this. And, you got plans already. Like, oh, man, when I get out of here, going out to dinner, going to go drink, whatever. And it was like, I couldn't even do that, because the inside of me just always had a hard time of saying no. And then when I finally say no, it's like you're the a-hole. you get all the hate, but the person that calls out, they don't get nothing. It's like, oh, we know that's how they are. That's how they are. Well, hell, if that's how they are, why are they here? Because once you say yeah, you keep saying yeah, they're always going to ask that yes person. But the minute you say no, then all of a sudden they're treating you different. And, you have your schedule a week out, especially in fast food places. You could take whatever time you could tell them 2 weeks, 1 week in advance. Hey, I can't work on this day. Hey, I can't work this day. Instead, they just call out. And then it comes down to the person that, to the responsible person, it's all on their shoulders. And they're not even management or nothing. They just want to come in and do their 8 hours, do their 40 hours, and that's it. I don't want 41. I don't want, 45. I just want 40. I don't want to work 10 hours. But I know the feeling, like, I know that feeling. But DoorDash would drive you. I mean, DoorDash was driving nuts. It was like you're spending more money out there. And then a lot of people that you listen to on YouTube, you know, that do DoorDash, their main income is coming from the YouTube. It's not coming from just DoorDash. But they don't tell you that. They try to make you think it's, and then you start finding out that this guy lied, and then this one was fudging the numbers, and but it's a crazy working world out there. There goes the Mickey Mouse ears. I mean, at least delivering pizza, you know who your non-tippers are, but at least you're getting paid, you know, from the store being out there. And at least you're getting paid. It might be $1 delivery, depending on what pizza joint, $1.50 a delivery on top of your tip, plus you get paid by the hour. I'm telling you, those people there are killing it. They are, other than they, you know, they have to wash the dishes if there's nothing going on, and prep, and come on. It's like that person in front there. Just let the damn, if you let one truck in and I let one car in, this line can move quicker. But when you start blocking people, or like this guy to the right, he might, you know, I'm letting you in, come in. Don't try to get advantage, because then you screw up the one-on-one. That's why it's called one-on-one. That's what you learn in New York City. When you go into the tunnels, when you come in the thing, one-on-one. Those two there were in an accident. Why? Because one person probably didn't want to let the other person in, and the other person thought, I can, oh, and that's a new car too. So he's transporting a new car, and hopefully it's not his fault. And whoever buys that new car, they better pull the VIN number on it, because it's been in an accident. Son of a gun. Exactly, you're a bad person for saying no because they don't. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There is such a total miss gap with generations that it's hard to work with anybody. Very hard. I mean, the whole premises of DoorDash was really just being part-time. A second income. But then you become a slave to the app. Literally. Come on, I'm letting you in. And then, of course, this person to the right, they're going to want to second up on me. One-on-one, guys. So I have my schedule out almost 2.5 weeks in advance and still get minimum hours when I am an open book. Let me tell you something. I used to have my days off a year in advance, months in advance. I'd have the calendar all filled up. And then someone at the last moment says, I need that day off. It's like, oh, you think you can work that day because this person asked for that day off? Well, it's like, man, I had that there for 6 months. 6 months, everybody knew I was, and if you didn't know, oh well. But I had mine there for 6 months. And then Johnny Go Lucky just did it last week. And it's like, can he get it off? We can't have both of yous off. They used to do that stuff with me and Dave. Me and Dave would try to get off and hang out. Oh, you two can't, you can't have the same day off. We need you guys. Because we were the most responsible guys working. And it's like, I'm not here to be responsible. I just want to do my time and leave. Like, I want to be Mr. Irresponsible. I want to do what they're doing. And it's still, you still get treated like poop. Alrighty. Hopefully we'll get through this Champions Gate. If you live in Florida, this is the worst area you want to be in. That's why I quit coming to Orlando. This is the main reason why I don't come to Orlando no more. Because of Champion. And they're supposed to be widening this area because of this reason. Of traffic for no reason. No accident, no nothing. Just for no reason. Plant City is starting to get like that too. But they're supposed to be widening this area here and putting ramps and all this other stuff. But who knows when they're going to start, because they just finished a damn widening going into Polk County. And this is the Apaka area. This isn't even, I'm not even at Champions Gate, is up ahead. But no reason. Both sides, always. This is why for 3-4 years, me and BB have not been this way, because this is just ridiculous. What used to take 30 minutes to 45 minutes can sometimes take you 2 hours. And God forbid if there's an accident, it's over with. It is over with, boy. And I don't know, it looks like rain ahead, but that could be deceiving. Tell you, if they put a Buc-ee's right here, they'd make a killing. Maybe a lot of this traffic would go down because everyone wants to go to Buc-ee's. crazy looking clouds, I'll tell you that much. And that's the other thing they're supposed to be getting on people for speeding. They're supposed to be cracking down in the left lane use. It's been all over the news. And see all that traffic for nothing. Once we pass this, it's going to be clear on out. Clear on out. Hopefully you guys have been entertained with our videos. I mean, not the greatest videos, but we don't proclaim to be professional editors or vloggers. We're just showing you normal day life. And BB does appreciate you guys. But I'm telling you, this sideway video stuff that YouTube has done with the lives, it's not flattering if you're on a laptop. And hopefully everyone's having a good time in life. This just happened to me recently, where a manager called me into work on the day I was going on family vacation. I was literally 20 minutes from the family beach and had to tell them no. I'm telling you, it's like, you know, you put something down and no one listens that you're on vacation. And there's a good and bad thing about that, Kelly, because at least it shows you one thing, that, you know what? They rely on you because they know you're their best worker. They won't call somebody else in because they know they can't rely on the other person. And that was a lot of my fault too, being a supervisor, was I would always pick the same person because I knew I can rely on them. I knew I can trust them. And not realizing what I was doing to them that used to happen to me when I was younger. But, I mean, in one part, you should feel good that they do call you. But then, like you said, you get all the negativity because you say no. And it's like, you wouldn't be calling me and asking me to come in if I wasn't that important to your company. I mean, don't get me wrong, they can always fire people. There's someone always there to replace you, but for them to consistently call you, you know, all the time, just shows you how valuable you are to them. Don't get me wrong, if you quit, yeah, they'll go find somebody else. You know, maybe that person will be valuable as well, or maybe not, but no one appreciates it or anything. But I mean, that's what it sounds like you are, you know, their best worker. And if they're calling you, that is why, you know. I mean, in a way, you should feel good, but to get the bad results on it, that's what stinks, is that then you get all the negativity because you said no, you know. Because if you say no, that means they have to stay if they can't get nobody. You know, if you say no, then, you know, like I said, it all falls on them Because if they can't get nobody else, it all falls back to them. And that's why they get mad, is because it's like, well, hell, I couldn't get her in, now I gotta stay. Well, you should have been mad at that first person that called out. And if you know these people keep continuing calling out, why are they here? Why are they on the schedule more? I mean, because that's one way jobs would get rid of people. They wouldn't put them on the schedule a lot, so that they would get discouraged and leave to say, oh, I'm not making no money here. That's the reason why you're not on the schedule. You're not on the schedule because you're not reliable. But it just always seems like the good workers are the ones that suffer because we care. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, it's always the people that care, that have some sort of pride, and they're the ones that suffer. But then when you try to be that person, it's hard, because that's not like the type of person that we are. Like, I don't want to be like, I want to just be a worker, but I don't want responsibility. But if you ask me to do something, I'm going to do it, because that's just the type of person I am. But I mean, that's been going on forever. That's not something that just started. There's been plenty of people just get taken advantage of. And that's what I felt, with DoorDash. What's up? How's Texas out there? How are you guys doing? I know I want to go to Texas, but I noted the last time me and BB went to Pigeon Forge, that 12-hour drive was like, because we're getting older, but I always wanted to go, just into Texas. But yeah, it's hot as hell over there too. But there is one thing I want to do in Pigeon Forge before I make my drive out to the west, but I'm hoping that I at least do go to Texas. Don't know where in Texas I want to go to, but I want to make it inside of Texas, somewhere nice that's has things to do and places to eat, of course. But it's like, that last drive that me and BB took to Pigeon Forge, boy, we slept for days. We were tired of driving, and that could be because of age, you know what I'm saying? Like the older you get, those driving straight through. Because if you're not driving straight through, and you're taking, if you only got 5 days and you're going to do it in 2 days versus just doing it in one full day, you're really wasting. I mean, you're better off just going on a plane. But go check out Jerry's. I'm a Giants fan, so you already know what I think about Jerry's World. Giants fans don't like Jerry's World. It says, I was door dashing too. I recently stopped. It just didn't seem worth it anymore. They need to make people tip better. With the gas being so high, it's just not worth it to drive DoorDash anymore. No, I mean, it's not. It's not worth it. I mean, it's like I said, we had our AR rating. Me and BB retired from DoorDash at all 100%. And we were still getting $3 for 10 miles. Commander fans don't like Jerry Jones World either. I'm telling you, I can't stand the Cowboys. That is like, don't get me wrong. I don't like the Cowboys, the Eagles, And then the Redskins. That's my top 3 teams I can't stand. But I don't care too much about the Redskins because we beat them a lot. But the Cowboys, I cannot stand the Dallas Cowboys at all. I mean, literally. But yeah, DoorDash just, it's not, you know. And again, I'm sure there's people out there making money, whatever. But if you look at how much time you're putting out there, I mean, some people working 7 days a week. Come on. Yeah, I could pick my hours, but you're still working 7 days a week. Like, it's, you know, and then sitting in the car, and then that's your life, literally in a car. I mean, that's not a healthy life. Yeah, hopefully football season will be good this year. I've been more into college football because, you know, it's less political. But ever since they started paying the players, hopefully the players' attitudes won't change. But past couple of years, me and BB have not been into football like we used to be because of the political thing. Yeah, and it's a lot of wear and tear on your car as well. Well, I mean, you're right in a sense that, hey, Jose, ¿cómo está? You're right in a sense on the wear and tear of your car. But, I mean, regardless, whether you go on vacation, whether you go to the beach, your car is always going to get wear and tear. The whole point, like when I delivered pizza, I always made sure, you know, my car needed struts. I got struts, you know, but you're making a lot of money delivering pizza. When you let your car go from that wear and tear, yes. If you're not making no money to where you can't put no money aside on your car when your car needs, it's just like you, when you need medicine, when you need water. If you're not there to put back into your car, your money maker, then yes, then you're going to get wear and tear because you can't catch up to the wear and tear of your vehicle because you're not making enough money to put towards that vehicle. So yeah, I get the wear and tear on that part. But like I said, when I worked the pizza, if I needed alignment, I put money back into my car. But again, I could work on my car at the time. So it's like I'm saving money on, you know, mechanic, paying the mechanic fees, buying the parts. I'd buy lifetime AutoZone parts, and it's just me putting it in. But if you're not making enough money where you can't help your car out, then yes, that wear and tear affects you because once you let your car wear that bad, it's hard to bring it back to the way it's supposed to be. So, yeah, I get the wear and tear. Hopefully the Commandos can beat the Giants twice. I'm telling you. Kelly, let me tell you something. If we could beat the Cowboys twice and the Eagles twice, every time we play them, I don't care if we ever go to the Super Bowl. I just want those wins. Just those 2 wins, those 4 wins. But when you can't beat them twice, not even once in 4 or 5 years, like I would sell my soul, Super Bowl soul, just to beat the Cowboys twice. And to beat the Eagles twice. I don't care if we're in last place. As long as we beat those 2 teams twice, I would sell my Super Bowl soul to them. But they just can't do it. I know we're going to a Gators game in September. After I went to my first college game, I really got hooked on it. But like I said, now that they're starting to pay these players, I just hope it doesn't ruin college football. Now, and like I said, I hope it doesn't get too political. Boy, it is coming down. You can't see it, but I'm telling you, these are fat raindrops coming sideways. And I'm doing 45 on the 70. I had a few friends from high school play college level, then go onto the NFL. They're all retired from the NFL. Yeah, I think where I grew up in Jersey, I think we just had a couple basketball players. Living in Lakeland, we had, my son and my daughter went to the same school as Ray Lewis, but I think Ray Lewis was older than they were. But I remember back in Jersey, we had a couple of high school players that they went to the NBA and then they busted, and then they wound up playing like Chinese basketball or something, or basketball overseas, which is just as good. They're making money, you know what I'm saying? They're doing what they like to do, not taking nothing away from them, because they didn't, when they got into the NBA, they really didn't make it, but they did make it successfully in something that they enjoyed. I know this year they're going to have some players with the puffy helmets, the big plastic helmets, if they want to play with them. I say this way, if you want them to stop hitting hard, play with no helmets. And play with no pads. And I promise you, them players will stop hitting hard. And you'll have real football. The reason a lot of these kids, and they're so strong and powerful, that they're hitting hard is because they know they have that protection. It's not guaranteed protection, but they know they have that protection. Back in the day when the football players had that little cow thing on their head and they were missing teeth, and trust me, if they were hitting hard, they were crazy. They were just some crazy people. And those people you can't stop from hitting you hard. One of my friends, an analyst for ACC Network, now he's retired from it. Well, that's cool. That's cool. Can't wait to see what Tom Brady's going to do. I'm not a big Tom Brady fan. Well, I can be because we beat him twice in the Super Bowl, but I still don't wish nothing bad for him. Can't wait to see how he does calling games and stuff. I mean, because really the only person than Tom Brady, Tony Romo, he's a very good analyst and an announcer. He's real good. Because he was such a young player when he got into that booth. Just like Tom Brady. Tom Brady has so much knowledge and he sees so much. I'm hoping that his broadcasting will be real good. Like they got that one guy, Sison. Anyway, it's a one guy on ABC. He was an ex Tampa Bay. I can't stand that guy. It's a black dude. I don't know if his nickname is Boomer, but That one dude, I don't know how he's got a job still working for ABC. He is horrible. And I think he's on either the football, Thursday night football now. But I can't stand that one guy. I love listening to my friend being a broadcaster for college football games because he actually played the game. Right, and that's what I'm hoping that Tom Brady would be like. I'm hoping like when Tom Brady sees something, be like, oh, I know what this play is. I know what that, like I hope he's literally. And like I said, and the reason why I love, watching college is because, there's no political, there's nothing, they're just talking straight football. They don't have time to talk about, political stuff. I'm about to throw up on political. It's like you can't watch nothing no more. And that's how Romo is. When Romo is out there broadcasting, I mean, he knows a lot. He's a very smart person. Rains everywhere else, but I'm sure it's not raining over my house. Now it's 76 degrees because of that rain. But it looks like the sun is ahead. It said no Orlando traffic, but they are building subdivisions like crazy here. But like I said, hopefully everyone's having a good July. So many crazy news cycles going on. And that's the funny thing with all these news cycles from back in the day, everyone's probably saying this is the end of times, and then we see what's going on in the news cycle. And, and still nobody, the end of times is still not here yet. And we're all saying this is the end of times. I'm sure there's people out there that are like, this is the end of times. Well, who knows? It's sad that my dad had season tickets for the Redskins when his grandfather had them. His father gave them to my dad after 2008 season. My dad gave up on them too. It was too expensive. Yeah. Let me tell you something. I bought some tickets for the Florida Gators, because college games, they're expensive. But what I like about college games, it all depends who they play. And then, of course, it depends. Like the Gators, I found tickets that were like $30 a piece. It was against a nobody team. And everybody's like, well, why are you going to go see that team? It's like, I'm not there to see that team. I'm there to see the Gators, like. But that's how it was with the Buccaneers. When the Buccaneers stunk before Tom Brady, or before they won their second Super Bowl, if you went to go see the Raiders, you could spend $50 and sit downstairs behind the Raiders, even though you're not a Raider fan. But the point is, you could spend $50. Those same seats for a Raider game is $79. Mind you, still the junkiest team out there, okay? Now, if you wanted to see the Green Bay Packers, the Steelers, those same seats jump up to $500. So it all, started with that. Then as soon as Tom Brady got there and they won that Super Bowl, even though he's not with the team, but the team is still doing good and in the playoffs, still plays in the playoffs, the tickets have gone up. So even sitting way up on the top in the nosebleeds, those are still $100 tickets up there. Like, and then you still got to pay your fees and Ticketmaster fees and everything. With the 2 tickets I bought with BB was like $125 with Ticketmaster fees and everything against a no-name team. So just imagine like the Cowboy fans, because their team is always, in the news, always top rated, regardless if they stink or not. You can just imagine what those tickets are. And it's like the New York Giants. New York Giants, you had a 5 to 10 year waiting list just to get a pass, a season pass. Just like the Redskins when they were on top of their game. You had a lot of, years you couldn't just get a season pass. But then when they built the new stadium, they screwed a lot of people, and they, a lot of their longtime people, anyway, season pass holders. But it is outrageous, what it is to see just a game. It's just a frigging game. And that's what I said, like, even with the college, I cannot believe how expensive tickets are. And then again, you have to pay the Ticketmaster fee on top of it. So, and then you hear stories like a Taylor Swift concert overseas is like $50, but Taylor Swift concert over here in the United States is like $1,000 after you done hit your fees, and you're not even sitting close to her. It's unbelievable, these fees that they tack on, that takes a $30 ticket to $75 just for one ticket because of the fees. Okay, you got to pay taxes. Okay, I understand that, but all these other fees. Then if you want it printed, you got to pay another fee. Then if you want it mailed, then you got to do it on your phone. We're just getting feed to death. And then if you want to put a tip on there. But yeah, it's a very expensive to see something, a sport, and then they've turned it political. If I wanted to go see something political, I'd just go to a rally, a political rally. They're free to get in. You ain't got to pay no money to get into a political rally. And then that's why I stopped going to the Tampa Bay Rays games. I used to get tickets to sit behind the Rays for like $30 each, $50 each, and there would be a lot of empty seats. And there's people that had bought nosebleed seats, and they come in and sit in those empty seats. And then sometimes you would go there and you'd be like, hey, this is my seat. Oh, I'm sorry. Like, they know it's not their seat. In New York, when I went to the Rangers games, the Knicks games and stuff like that, they had ushers that would look at your tickets, and you were only, if you had a ticket, you went through there. In the Tampa Bay games that I've went to, several of them, we had kids kicking the back of us, and they weren't even supposed to be sitting there. It wasn't even their chairs, but because the stadium was always empty, someone would buy a $10 ticket just to get in the door, and then they would just go down there, and sit wherever they want in the front after you done spent $79 for your ticket. So I stopped going there because it's like they're just letting anyone. Like usually in New York, like hockey games, when it's 20 minutes left to the game, a lot of people leave, so then they let anyone come down to those empty seats. But in the Tampa Bay game, they just let anyone come down there. I mean, they literally let anybody just come down there and sit where they want to without checking off their seats. And it's like, it's not worth it. It's, I'm spending this money and you got these goofballs, and then they're not acting right, so they're sitting around you or next to you and they're acting like animals, and it's like, I didn't pay this money to come see this. So that's why I stopped going to the baseball games, because I felt like I was getting ripped off. At least the hockey games, they've gone up too, because Tampa Bay's always winning. I mean, they make sure if you're sitting in the lower level, only people with lower level tickets are going in there. They got those ushers watching the entrances coming in there. But yeah, if I spent all that money, why am I letting someone that just paid to get in the door sit where he wants to? All right, guys. Now I'm almost at the house. BB be waiting on me. Thank you guys for joining me. It was fun talking to everybody. Hope you enjoy our videos. Definitely leave some comments. We'll try to do more lives. Sorry for the horizontal. That's the way YouTube wants it now. And as BB would say, until the next video, everybody stay safe, take care of one another, and see ya.